Okay, this is the Dark Valley from GMT Games. We're playing the East Front campaign, 1941 to 1945. This is the situation at the end of June 1943. Small bit of activity down Sevastopol when one of the forts has been destroyed. The Germans launched an offensive south of Kursk, which made quite a lot of ground. They punched well through the Soviet front line, but they haven't really managed to encircle anything. The Soviets managed to recover by using a lot of Stavka reserves that they had. They've got some serious firepower on the map now with these Guard tank armies. So ultimately that's probably working out as a bit of a stalemate now. The big problem the Germans have got now is the Soviet replacement factors thing, that they've now got all their off-board factories working at full pace. They've got Lend-Lease, the +3 DMR in place, and they've also got +5 replacements if they don't use the Soviet fortified zone marker. So they're absolutely churning out stuff now, and a lot of these big Soviet units, they don't use the normal method of generating them. They generate they're much cheaper. Like Guard tank armies only cost 4 replacement factors to actually bring a Guard tank army onto the map board. Now some would argue this is pretty gamey again, because it does allow the Soviets to create huge offensive power, and also, you know, if you use these armies and you take a thing, you lose virtually huge amounts of firepower. But I think that does really reflect what the Soviets were doing from 1943 onwards. They were just steamrolling the Germans, just using massive superiority of armour, and gradually they took control of the air as well. So things aren't looking too good for the Germans. I think they've managed to gain a bit of ground, but the fact is the Soviets have had a very poor chit pull. Again, they haven't really got many decent chits in the cup. Now that's going to change, and from now on, we've got another month where the Germans have got the initiative, but from then on the initiative passes into Soviet hands all the way up to the end of the war. So the Germans have just got to hold on to see if they can gain any sort of victory. I'm not sure what the 1945 victory conditions for the Germans are. It'll be something based on the number of victory point hexes that you can actually keep. But the tide, although not completely turned, it is very close to turning against the Germans from now on.